They didn't follow the instructions. So I went to iCast.
Make a brand new start of it at the iCast show. If I can make it there, I'll make it anywhere.
Then I got back from iCast and I got sick for like a week. So let's ease back into things with a lure review. This is original packaging right here. It's a 1950s bait. It's a little UFO surrounded by hooks. That's clean as heck. There is not a speck of rust on this thing. When I buy these, I have no clue if I'm overpaying or not. That is not springy, by the way. This is rigid. Trying to think of a nice way to put this, but that's impossible. I paid $280 for this. Originally only $2 in 1950. All right, what do we got here? There's what appears to be a steel plate. It's not, I can't talk, sorry. It's not centered. Brass machine screws and then nuts on the other side. Are those fixed? Oh, those are gonna be so annoying to remove. And this is supposed to resemble a spider, pretty sure. This can't do anything. This doesn't have an action. No way. If that has an action, I need to rethink my lure making life. The Turner Spider Lure. Entirely new and different? I'll give them that. That's, yep. Entirely new and different. Designed by a fisherman who likes action with his angling. The entire lure may be taken apart and rearranged by a fisherman as desired. Large or small hooks may be substituted. Easy to do, since all hooks are attached with number 4 brass machine screws. I would argue that that does not make it easy to do. Especially when the nuts on the other side can just rattle around in that, like you can lose that. You gotta grab it somehow through the wire, get it in the right spot and start screwing it back in. That's not easy to do at all. I'm not gonna do that. The heart of the lure is a stainless steel bait cage. It both glitters and produces vibratory convolutions. Is that even a word? What's the definition of convolutions? To twist, to coil, or to roll together, or to fold or wind with intricacy. That's the description of this bait's action. I doubt it does any of that. The bait cage holds choice of smelly cheese, dough, or meat baits, or live fish without danger of loss. You're gonna hold the live fish in there without danger of loss? Maybe on the hook. No, it says the bait cage. Like stick it between the wires or something? Smash it in there? I don't know. What are they talking about? Any approach the fish makes to the spider lure from any side or any angle, there's a hook there waiting for its hungry mouth. You just pull them in. They're Turner Company from Hale, Missouri. This is 5/8 ounce. A little chunk of steel, should cast really well. Other than that, I predict struggle in our future. $280. What am I doing? It had a dollar amount on here. 10. Oh my goodness. I don't know if you can see that. At one point, this was marked for $10. Maybe that was 50 years ago. I got the inflation price. Nonetheless, you know, given the obscurity of it, it's a cool piece. This was in fact sold as a fishing lure. And it's the first ever fishing lure meant to resemble a spider. See what it does. Time to find out what they mean by, what was it, convolutory? Already forgot how they described the action. What does this goofy thing do? Nothing. Oh boy. Why is it even on a swivel? Time for a challenge. Look at that. The line's already tangled. You know that's gonna happen a lot. Got some sand down. Okay, can we just drop it in and get a fish real quick? That'd be great. Well, it didn't work like that. Got a new combo, by the way. At iCast, the fellow from Iowa just handed me this reel. Quite smooth. Man, I can't believe how it's got all of that going on and it does absolutely nothing. Oh, no way. We got a bite. We got a fish on. It's decent. It catches the biggins. That's seriously one of the biggest bass I've ever caught out of here. It's official. I'm scared to unhook that. Oh, don't. All right, that is super stuck in the net. I'll have to work on that. 40 hooks in the net right now. But it's official. Pond bass. Like the spider, the Churner spider fishing lure, that's what it's called. Thank goodness we made that work, because confidence was so low, but we got one. Was it the flash? Was it the convolatory vibrations? Was it because that fish was extremely hungry? Or was it because that fish thought that that was a spider? Will it happen again? It is a handful of days later. My whole family caught whatever I had. So I've just been watching the kids, taking care of my sick wife. She's still sick. She said I gotta go. I gotta get out in the shop for the fellas and make a giant spider. Here we go. Explanation's not necessary. Let's just watch it come to life. To the bandsaw. If this goes well, this is gonna be a crazy cool lure. I feel the potential. We're gonna make some spots for legs to exist using a steady hand and a Dremel bit. Bunch of chocolate brown I just dumped in here. I want it opaque. Those are ice spikes. Those fit pretty good. I think I'm gonna use that size even though they're a little small. The plate that I'll screw to the bottom of this will grab those and keep them there. I just needed to know that that's what we're using and I can move on now. That's gonna serve as the keel for this bait too. That'll be the anchor point. Those fangs will kind of keep this plate in line. And I'll put a screw eye through a hole right there. That'll hold it down. Got 8 spikes glued in right there. Those are what's gonna hold the legs. The plate will go on top and sandwich those legs in. I might have a bit more carving to do, but it's gonna look a lot like that. Get the eye on there. Nice big bulbous fangs on the front. Oh yeah. Cut some eye sockets by hand with a hole punch. Slice that flat. I think it might look cool if the eyes are domed out, so I won't really recess those. I'll just leave it like that. I have these pearlized black, solid black eyes. Okay, stabbed a couple legs on there. Just want to see. Okay, yeah. Those are really on there. It takes quite a bit to rip them off. You actually have to rip the ice spikes in half to get them off. Pretty good. This thing's gonna get stretched out coat of UV. Not a gloss finish, it's just kind of soaked in. It's raining out right now. We gotta use the lights. Starting with charred bone, not white. I don't think it's necessary. It's already pretty bright. Wolf spiders are pretty dull. Charred bone. We're gonna start light and then move up to, or down, or maybe sideways to darker colors. Just added some fuzzy paint back there and spots, little splotches of a brown with a bit more red in it because that's what the legs are gonna have. So some parts will match pretty good with the legs. Went back over the fangs with charred bone. That looks pretty good. Clear coat. I even poked it and made sure there's no clear coat in those channels. Man, this thing's gonna look gnarly. Let's add the legs. This is working. That's it. I gotta put the hooks on, but it's done. Yes, the legs could be a little bigger, but those are little springy danglers that I think will attract fish. And they're replaceable. I had to stop screwing it in and have the front hook hanger go that way. I feel like I was gonna strip out the wood if I went further. One of the legs are sticking up a little too high, but it's kind of like it's waving, so that's okay. It's like, what's up, fish? It feels like it's still gonna float. Hopefully it kind of just sits like that. I give it a twitch. The waves make the legs bounce. If nothing else, it just looks like a bug. It will get bit just because it looks like a big bug. Preferred, surprising, like optimal result, I think, is if it cranks. That'd be cool. If the bulbous fangs caught enough water to get it to wiggle a little bit. It corrects itself and sits on the top. Ah, excuse me. Bit of a weird reaction I just had. It wiggles. The legs kind of cup and grab a little bit too. All the legs do, and it wiggles. Oh, that's gonna be so good. This is a highly functional lure now. Not just something that I throw on the top and hope a fish sees and wants. It cranks, and it stays like 3 inches from the surface. Well, we're gonna make this official. See you on some sort of water somewhere. Rain stopped, so I'm out fishing with a spider. Creek is pretty much out of its banks. We'll see how this goes. Water's super dirty, and I got a brown spider. It's not as bad as I thought. It's pretty bad, but I think we can get a fish out of here. I just need to go to the right spot. Some raging current. Oh, I just had a bite. I just had a bite, guys. Dang, we received attention. Legs are holding up. It's been like a half an hour. Still have all 8 legs. Yeah, we're gonna need some help. I thought maybe we could get one out of there. We had 1 bite. I found help. BJORNSEN. In the 5 years I've been fishing here, I've never asked. Like, you don't say the J or it's BJORNSEN. Semantics. I like to maintain the suspense. I don't know. Who knows? I've never been here this early. I don't know if the dinner bells rang yet. Fish on. It's small. It's official. Bass like spiders. Bass like wolf spiders. Wolf spiders with skinny legs. That's how much water we've been getting lately. They've just been pouring in here. Man, I thought I was getting up early, being responsible, gonna get the top water bite. They're probably hitting the jig real hard right now. Oh, come on. They're hitting so weird. Maybe what we need is an abomination of hooks. Everybody on Instagram was saying this is a biblically accurate fishing lure. I can see it. That was a hit. Hit and a miss. Big bump, no fish. 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12 hooks, big bump, no fish. What in the world? They're hitting different today. $280 ball of hooks right here. Can we make it official? There's one. This is on a stickle. This is a good fish. Whoa. It's a big catfish. That's a good sized cat. Come here. Come on. Gotcha. On the stickle. Threw my pliers back at me. That thing came up for it too. That was like less than a foot from the surface and it almost top watered a stickle. Whew. That was quite the fight. Back to the spider. We caught something decent, so we got to get back with the spider here. There we go. Strong hit and a hookup. We got one. It's another catfish. We got one on the spider. It's official. A catfish. Like spiders. It's pretty crazy, it's just catfish biting right now. I've seen it once before in the winter here, where all I could catch was catfish. I must have to just let it sit. Fish on. Yeah, I just need to let it sit. Dude, that's a big, oh, that was a big bluegill. It was barely hooked. That bluegill was putting some bend in the rod. That would have been pretty official. Catfish and bluegill on a spider bait. Let's try it. We went for it. Come on. There's a yummy. Oh my goodness. There's a spider in there too. Got him. Fish on. We got one extra one here. We cheated and got another. Oh, it's a bass. Second species on the spider. Oh no, we already caught a bass, didn't we? Okay, got it out. BJORNSEN pond management bass right there. Whew. All right, we had to cheat for the bass, but we caught a catfish legitimately. That's kind of sweet. Ooh, fish on. Is this a crappie? Feels like a wet sock. Oh, it's a big bluegill. Ooh, it's official. Thumbable gills, like spiders. That's awesome. Third species on a really hard day. I got excited for that bluegill. I was like, ooh. We lost 2 legs, by the way. The bluegill have been plucking them off. It's a tube jig thing, 3/16 ounce on a 4.1 inch prey bait. Fish on. I was walking over to my tackle box for something. Oh my goodness, is this another big catfish? Yeah, I think it is. It's got some weight to it. Oh my goodness. Yeah, that's a catfish. Whew, it's a good one. Wow. Got the hook out. That's another fantastic fish right there. Be free. This setup with the 4.1 prey bait still runs really straight, even though it's on a tube jig, and you get the most roll and the most fluttery action on the way down. That thing bit while it was sinking. Those are strong fish. What's this? We got a perch. Not bad. Oh, getting another bite here. I think it's another bluegill. Oh, it's a good one. Use the net. That is a beefy bluegill. Barely fits in the hand. That's a good one. That bluegill's been here a while. That was Grandpa right there. Ooh, what is that? Strong bass. We got a bass to bite. Oh, whoa. Another fish immediately. If you put a 1.7 in the water, you get a fish. If your pond is managed by BJORNSEN Pond Management. We got a Justin Hijinks Action City. Little lipless crank he made me. Thumbs hard. Can pretty much cast across the pond. I feel like it's correct for right now. Ooh, what a hit. Felt like a rock. Oh, yep. Oh, yep. Dude, this fish has evasive moves. Gotcha. That is an explosive fish. Not as big as the first one, but a lot of liveliness. Be free. Well, that worked great. Powerful bass. Had to catch a walleye before we go. Be free. Perch, walleye, bluegill, catfish, bass. It ended up being a pretty good day. Just had to be patient. Let's go just confirm that they're not biting anywhere else. Confirmed. They're not biting anywhere else. I went to a little trout stream, fished a few holes. I was seeing bass. I was seeing trout. I was getting tiny bumps. Oh, I just had another hit. It'll be on in like 2 days, probably. I need to go get the bait, one sec. Still have 5.5 legs. Good bait. Spring, fall. I bet you wouldn't be able to keep the fish off this thing. I'm not gonna call that a good bait though. I made like a dozen casts at Kevin's with this thing and wasn't feeling it. It's so annoying to fish with a bait, having the obligation to catch a fish with it, but it doesn't have an action. You don't feel confident with it. I'm not gonna say it's the worst. I could think of worse things, but thanks for watching. Leave a like for spider baits, new and old. See you in the next one. Somebody sent me a box full of old baits wrapped in Kleenexes. Or maybe that's even toilet paper, paper towel, I don't know. Maybe the next video's in there, I don't know. We're gonna search through it though. On to the next bait.
I'll make a brand new start of it at the ICAST show.